want to ask the Mumbai Police Commissioner.
No, empathy is something.
No.
that we need to
1 minute, 1 minute. Just let's speak. You know, today, think of one thing. And Parambir Singh, you listen to me. You think people will forget. You think people will forget Parambir Singh? You think people will be quiet, people can be silenced? If you think so, then you please look at Neelam Katara. Have you all been able to silence her? You all as in all the people who called her names. Have they been able to silence her? How many years has it been, Miss Katara?
18, and I have a parole
18 years. 18 years. Parambir Singh, remember 18 years this mother is fighting for her son. If required 80 years, we will fight for Sushant Singh Rajput, Parambir Singh. 80 years and more we will fight. So don't play games with the people. The Mumbai police is playing games with the people supported by the Maharashtra government and the Maharashtra government leaders. And people like Ketan come and say this is not the official line. You think when they attack Sushant Singh Rajput's family, they give us cyclo-style notes? You think they will stamp it with Maharashtra government and Mumbai police stamps? You abuse in private and you lie in public. You abuse in private. You abuse in private. And then you give affidavits in court in public. But the problem is, you know what, Ketan? These people can't help themselves. So the truth comes out. So Sharad Pawar says it's not an important case at all. My nephew is crazy to be talking about it. So Sanjay Raut says, you know, this father, he's got problems. So Majid Memon says, who knew Sushant Singh Rajput? Jayant Patil says, this man got more publicity after dying than he got through his films. So what you do, you need to understand, Nasir, this is abuse in private and pretend in public. It will not do. Viewers, I'm asking you, will it do? People have really angry on this and people will not stop. Will they stop? Will they stop, Atim? Will they stop, Ajay? I'm telling you, this is unstoppable. Unstoppable. Even if it goes to the CBI, people will not stop.
No, they are thoroughly exposed, completely thoroughly exposed. And let me tell you, Mr. Sanjay Raut is acting like a rout. And he will create rout for Shiv Sena and Maharashtra government. There is no doubt about it. And let the CBI, let the Supreme Court give an order. And I want to request this Honorable Supreme Court, please do it under your monitoring. The Supreme Court should monitor this case. And if within 7 days, the skeletons will come out, and then we'll see what happens. All these people who are shouting on your TV channels and other channels, just not supporting the CBI probe, will come out and say, oh, we never knew this.
And someone, I appeal to someone from the public to take all this abuse that has been put out in public or private by these people running the Maharashtra government, and people should go to the Supreme Court and put this before their lordships, so that their lordships know that when Abhishek Manu Singhvi comes and tells you about jurisdiction, your lordships, this is what they want to hide. A Shiv Sena MP calls it a chota mota mudda. Chota mota mudda, viewers? They say it's politics. Why are you quiet now?
You can kill anyone in Mumbai if you are not happy with the family, and it will be a chota mota mudda. You can kill anyone in Delhi if they have some animosity with the family, and it will be a chota mota mudda. Point is, how long the family will rule the roost, whether in Maharashtra or in Delhi or any place. This is the point to answer. On whose behest BMC officers are acting?
Nothing
on whose
but
behest?
An example of defeated people, disgusted people, uncultured people, and frustrated people. Defeatist mentality, frustrated mentality. Because they know that the tide has turned. They know that the facts are out. They know that the evidence is in public. They know there are thousands of testimonies.
Amit, we must listen to those who have lost their own. And I want to speak to Jia Khan's mother, Rabia. Today, the Maharashtra government is attacking Sushant's family. They are targeting Sushant's father. The Maharashtra government is disregarding the family even during the Supreme Court hearing. The difference is that this case is very much in the media. So when they attack, we question them back. We just heard Neelam Katara. I just want to hear, and I want Rabia, I want you to talk from your experience to all the people watching tonight. Let people know what parents go through after a loss. Let people know that when the whole system comes out, when the father has to write a 9-page letter saying that after looting and killing Sushant, the gang started insulting his memory, the protector also joined them. Today, at least this is being highlighted. I want people to know what is not highlighted. Rabia, I want you to tell people what families go through after systematic killings like it happened in the case of your own daughter.
Yes. Arnab, before I start telling you anything, I want to say for the criminals that the sin is yours, the crime is yours, and the shame is yours. And you blame it on family because you have no other tools. To cover your truth, to the criminal action, you go under the umbrella of the politicians because you know they have the power to crack the criminal behavior. Right? The accuser's father was calling me insane, and within a month takes his son and brings a media campaign saying, I have no sympathy for mother. Where his own son writes me letters saying, I want a mother like you. I love you more than my mother. I see your love in Jia. You know, Jia praises you so much. I mean, I gave all the WhatsApp messages, the last minute WhatsApp messages of my daughter to police and CBI. They ignored it, where she has implicitly expressed that he has got a bad temper, that he physically abuses. And his own accuser's own father's sister wrote to me and said that when she raised this subject to her brother, saying that the neighbors are complaining that Suraj is beating Jia, he said, "Mera beta ash kar raha hai, interfere mat karo, use ash karne do." इस तरह का आपका was this thing. Then he comes on the night. The accused does not even come. He runs away. 3 days we don't see him at all in the funeral. And the father comes and says, "Are mere," he abuses the son, calling him I don't know. You know, I can't even use that Greek word, calling him name and saying, "अरे ये तो बच्ची थी, उसने तो अपने करियर की वाट लगा दी. मैंने उसको कहा था कि don't repeat the mistakes that I have made." I mean, what kind of mistakes you're talking about? And then an influential friend of mine went to NCP leader and said, look into Jia Khan's case. We know her from childhood, and this is a simple case of murder. He said, don't talk to us. The father will start singing our song. What is the song that father knows of NCP that he will start singing? I mean, this kind of things that I have seen. The accuser's mother is saying that I am taking a murder turn just to get money. I mean, we have lost a child. For 7.5 years, I am asking for justice. I have done more investigation now than these people have done. I've handed everything, all the injury pictures, all the forensic expert report, and the BBM forensic expert analysis where they can get the GPS. They have done nothing, just getting under the umbrella of the politicians, because they know if they have the politicians, they can attack the family. This is what they have in their defense. Shame on them.
Rabia.
Yes.
Rabia and
I'm
Neelam.
so angry. You have no
Rabia and Neelam, can I just step aside from this and say one thing?
Yeah, sure.
I want to say one thing to both of you. You know, I've been asking myself on this. Why has Sushant's case, Neelam, become so massive, big, overwhelming? You know, Neelam, I've known you for all these 18 years. And you know, I've been thinking, what is it that has really made people so involved and angry and passionately involved in the facts of how Sushant was killed? And I have only one conclusion, Rabia, because people have seen your pain. People are seeing your pain, Neelam, today. People who didn't know you maybe, people are seeing Rabia's pain today. People are seeing Sushant's father's pain today when a father says that I was just coming out of the cremation when you took a statement from me And I want to take all this pain and put it out in a note and send it to the Mumbai Police Commissioner that what are you doing? You attack parents. And therefore I feel many parents are watching this today and saying, my God, this could happen to our children. Because you know loss when you experience it. Many fathers, many brothers and sisters are saying Sushant could have been our brother. Right? Many young people are saying Sushant could have been our friend. I'm telling you, many people from the cinema industry are saying we could have been Sushant. People are saying, look how hard he fought. He lost his mother.
Yes.
He lost his mother in his teens. Right? And I read that he always wanted to make her proud. He lost his own mother and he worked so hard to achieve everything. And today people are questioning our movement. I feel this is a turning point because everyone in India is seeing this as a big battle for justice. उखाड़ दिया, he says. सुधांशु त्रिवेदी, इन्होंने कहा, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? गर्व से कहा, उखाड़ दिया, उखाड़ दिया. अब मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं इनको, I'd like to say to them, both in English and Hindi, आपके घमंड को भारत के लोग उखाड़ने वाले, उखाड़ दिया. They are celebrating. Sudhanshu Trivedi, they are actually, no, these insecure, scared people are saying उखाड़ दिया. What is उखाड़ दिया? What is उखाड़ दिया?
Yes.
What did you उखाड़ो, man? What did you उखाड़ो?
That is said correctly. उखाड़ दिया, बिल्कुल सही उखाड़ दिया. क्या उखाड़ दिया? First of all, the
Sudhanshu Trivedi,
लोगों का illegally जो छोटे को उखाड़ दिया. दूसरे नंबर पे क्या
Sudhanshu
किया?
Trivedi,
जब सोनिया गांधी के साथ मिलकर सरकार बनाई तो बाला साहब ठाकरे जी की विरासत को उखाड़ दिया. This is श्राद्ध पक्ष in which we have propitiate our पूर्वजों के मान गौरव को बढ़ाया जाता है. उखाड़ दिया उसको. अरे मुझे याद है 1992 में बाला साहब ठाकरे जी ने क्या कहा था आफ्टर द डिमोलिशन ऑफ द डिस्प्यूटेड स्ट्रक्चर, वो उखाड़ा. ये आज ये उखाड़े. बताइए, नाउ द गवर्नमेंट हैज कम टू फाइट अगेंस्ट जस्ट एन एक्ट्रेस. उखाड़ दिया. और इसके अलावा आपने गवर्नेंस के सारे मॉडल को उखाड़ दिया.
let him speak and after that Akshay, let Sudhanshu finish. Let Sudhanshu finish.
Those who are doing illegal things, whether it was a businessman who is going on a spree during the COVID time and the officer who has given permission is been cleared, whether it is the Palghar, you are taking the side of those who have committed the wrong thing. Even in the Sushant Singh Rajput case, you are doing the same thing which you have committed the wrong thing, and same case is here. So I am unable to understand. Pawar Sahab is correct or Thakre Sahab is correct.
Sure.
So they have to decide it. क्या उखाड़ा? जनता का विश्वास उखाड़ा, अपने स्वर्गीय पिताजी की विरासत उखाड़ी, अपनी प्रतिष्ठा उखाड़ी. इसलिए मैं कहता हूं सही किया है, उखाड़ दिया है. अब आपकी कोई भी
अगर किसी का कुछ उखाड़ा होगा तो कंगना जी का ईगो उखाड़ दिया है कंप्लीटली. इससे कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है. अगर आप बोलते हो उद्धव ठाकरे इस तरह से बात करते हैं, अपने माँ बाप से इस तरह से बात करेगी वो उद्धव ठाकरे.
संजय राउत जी saying,
is this the way you talk?
It is to do
Is this the way you talk?
nothing to do with Shiv-Sena. Then why it is coming from the Samna?
Tell her to teach us some manners. If you know her, teach us some
Arey bhai, forget about that. I just want to say there are 52,000 cases of illegal construction. Can you name just 5 cases which will be demolished during the COVID? Just name 5 cases, sir.
There is no way.
Just
There is no way.
name 5 cases.
No, one second. Akshay, 1 minute. Akshay, listen. First of all, calm down. Relax. Breathe. Then now here's a question.
Fantastic. Prashant Bhushan is guilty.
So much drama
Arnab
tonight.
Thakur is God for you. Shame on you, Arnab. Shame on you.
Anything else you want to say? You want to throw a
For
stone?
supporting right wing and
Would you
for
like to throw a
curtailing
stone?
freedom of speech.
Would you like to throw a stone?
You curtail freedom of speech and you're supporting.
One second. Where was your freedom of speech when Prashant Bhushan wanted everybody jailed in 2017 for contempt of court? You were such a complete hypocrite, Saira. When Prashant Bhushan Bhushan said in 2017, arrest people, jail people for contempt of court. Where was your freedom of speech? You're such an outstanding hypocrite. And the fact about you is you're even brazen about it. You are shameless about it. Prashant Bhushan has been the leading crusader in this country for jailing people for freedom, for contempt of court. Yogendra Yadav, I'm telling you, go and tell your pseudo friends, Prashant Bhushan was the leading #1 warrior in India, threatening to jail everyone for contempt of court. Which century were we then? Which century were we in then? Which century were we in then? Okay, tell me, since you are unaware, I'll have to prove to you. What happened in May 2017? What happened in May 2017?
No.
Google search, no, please.
Sorry?
Google search, no, Saira. What happened in May 2017? Chota Google search, it'll move fast. Google search, no, you're not aware. You're not aware of these issues. Google search.
What happened in 2015? Then don't.
But please Google search what Prashant Bhushan did in 2017. No, first you Google search. No, first you Google search because 2017 comes after 2015. You Google search. MR, she's not Google searching. She's only reading WhatsApp. She's only reading WhatsApp. She's not Google searching. Please Google search.
Can I help her?
Are you are from Kolkata? This is Calcutta High Court judge. Google search.
Madam, can I help you? Can you just wait?
She's not Google searching. Please help her.
I will do that for you. I will do that for you, ma'am. I will do that. Ma'am, I will do that for you. Just hold your breath, no? Just hold. Don't be a Mamta Banerjee. Please hold on.
I've got better things to do.
Don't be hysterical like Mamta Banerjee. Don't be hysterical. 1 minute. Glad SC finally jailed Karnan for gross contempt of court. You understand that English? He made reckless charges on judges and then passed absurd orders against Supreme Court judges.
Compared to
that is what
2020.
Prashant Bhushan.
MR.
2020 अलग था. 2017 अलग है.
Sir.
You cannot
this is
compare
the
the
great
two cases.
Prashant Bhushan, the warrior of freedom of speech. that
Oh,
you
so
guys
2007.
That you guys are championing was himself a person who was gunning for Justice Karnan. And in his words, Justice Karnan had to be jailed. Why Justice Karnan doesn't have a freedom of expression?
He's going to
Justice
mute
Karnan didn't have a freedom of
everyone's voice. What am I
expression.
going to say?
Why the hell do you say that Justice Karnan did not have a freedom of expression? Why do you say that? Say that Prashant Bhushan, if he was wrong in 2017,
Again reading WhatsApp. Please stop reading WhatsApp.
Madam, don't be like an LKG teacher. You are here to debate. Don't be like an LKG teacher. Please understand the charge against Karnan is equal and stands on the same footing as the charge against Prashant.
Anand Ranganathan is on the debate.
Equally guilty.
Anand, since I'm presenting some more evidence about this man's record and Anand is debating right now, please, Saira, please understand. As I say, mercy, have mercy on us. Have mercy on us.
Right wing. She doesn't have any
Right
other
wing,
word
have
for
mercy on us. Have mercy on us. Saira.
No, but at least admit,
Mamta Banerjee has beaten you or what?
If you are an example of left wing, then obviously
you will only ask questions. I will ask you
synonymous with
questions you don't want
lunacy.
to answer.
And I won each case, Arnab. Please tell her.
It's very sad that you use this language which is inappropriate.
Arnab, I have won each case.
No, I don't want this kind of language to be used. Please calm down. Saira, that was very inappropriate. I was anyway going to tell you that the quality of mercy is not
No, and
strained.
she's lying, Arnab.
On a lighter note, the quality of mercy is not strained.
Whoever.
It droppeth like the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It is blessed. It blesseth those who give and those who take. So please give us some mercy and stop speaking for a while, Saira. Smita, what is going on? It's just, Smita, you want to just tell her, because this is embarrassing us.
Sasbahu serial where you can say these kind of bizarre statements? Are you in some Sasbahu serial? Are you on some Netflix serial where you're saying these ghastly things about another woman? What's wrong with you?
No, she called me lunatic. She started from
What's wrong with you? How can you talk like this? You're on a serious debate. Can
We
you
are talking
come up
about
with some facts? How can you run down another woman like this?
Who doesn't get? She will
No, it was very wrong, Smita. Thank you for responding to her. I just don't want to descend to that level where I have to raise my voice. Absolutely, it's very wrong. I will edit this out in the repeat of this program. I will do that. I will cut this out from the repeat of the program because this is slanderous language, Smita. I agree with you. May I please bring the debate on track? You see, my point is, Anand, and if you can please come to the debate with Kailash Vasudev.
Arnab, can you just give me 30 seconds?
Okay, I give you 30 seconds, then I go to one.
2-3 points.
Go on.
Arnab, 2009, Harish Salve, the best, one of the top lawyer, filed a contempt against Prashant Bhushan. He is a habitual offender. In 2015, he filed a contempt proceedings against a bar leader called Manan Kumar Mishra. In 2019, he filed a case against M. Nageshwar Rao for contempt. Now that is turning back to him.
What are you trying to prove?
He's the master of contempt.
What are you trying to prove by this?
He is a habitual
in
offender.
Democracy, every organization should be open to criticism.
And I am only telling
every
you.
organization.
Yeah, so then why are you crying now?
Should be open to criticism.
Rajiv Pandey.
Yeah, so good.
There should be
I am a practicing advocate in Supreme Court of India. 99% lawyer will say that Prashant Bhushan believes in hit and run, my way or highway. Split and run.
They cannot be questioned.
You know,
I thank you for your intervention. Now I must go to Kailash Vasudev and Anand because I promised to do that. Rajiv, just a minute. Rajiv, just a minute. Control yourself. I didn't realize that this is such a burning issue in Delhi. Everyone's completely on the edge today. See, 2 points, Mr. Vasudev, and first to you, Anand. I don't want to make this debate technical. But I want to ask through you to the people of India, Anand. Was there not, for at least a year or 2 years or 3 years before the Ayodhya verdict, when it was clear that the verdict is about to come, were there not attempts to blackmail the Supreme Court? The clear question to you, was there not, and can anyone look at me in the eye and say, no, there wasn't?
Yeah, Arnab, can I have my say?
Yeah, please.
No, of course, look, Arnab, Prashant Bhushan is a landfill, methane spewing landfill of lies, mediocrity, conspiracy, propaganda, fake news, terror apologia, Hindophobia, slander and anarchy. But I stand with him. Please give me 30 seconds, I want to explain why. Arnab, I've often said, there are only two kinds of people in a democracy. One who respect the judiciary and the other who think they are the judiciary. Bhushan belongs to the latter category. Now it is perfectly all right to disagree with a court judgment or a verdict while at the same time respecting the judiciary. Contrariety is not contempt. But Bhushan, as is common nature with communists and anarchists and Naxals, crosses the boundary every single time a judgment is not to his liking and slanders the judge with vile, unproven accusations of corruption, nepotism, blackmail and quid pro quo. That's defamation, and there are laws to protect Indians who are victims of it. In this particular case, Arnab, I feel this vileness was general in nature. You must be allowed to, in my view, get away by calling the judiciary, the legislator, the executive and the press as corrupt. Because corruption is an overarching subjective label. It's a little like the label of offending religious sensibilities. However, when you single out a judge and accuse him of quid pro quo through cash or kind, that is defamatory. In this case, Bhushan didn't do it.
I'm sorry he did. Anand, 1 minute. Let me now point out to you one thing. Where you are, I feel today. Allow me a moment to respond to you. And through you also I respond to Smita. Allow me.
We are not Bhushans.
Allow me, please.
I disagree.
1 minute, please. Can I just phrase a reply, please? This is not a moment. This is not the moment to test the largeness of our hearts. It is a moment to test the logic of our laws. Second point, familiarity. He's not a bad guy. He's not a murderer, he's not a rapist. And hence, we must exercise, as he says, we must not become the Bhushans. And my friend Anand Ranganathan is completely wrong for the simple reason that he says the charges were not specific. Now, let me tell you, Anand, you're a scientist. If someone were to accuse you at your core, you're a scientist and a chemist, and if someone were to accuse you that you, Anand, in your PhD, postdoctoral work, in the teaching that you do, have corrupted and broken the fundamental treatise of science, that you've misread the laws deliberately and published papers breaking rules, or you plagiarized work, neither would you be forgiving, nor would anyone who knows you be forgiving, because at your core you would be questioned. At the core, I argue, allow me to complete this and then you can tear me apart. At the core, the only thing that the institution of the Supreme Court stands for is integrity, Anand, integrity. And may I read out to you, it was not a generalized tweet at all. Prashant Bhushan named 4 Supreme Court Chief Justices, Anand and Smita, wake up. He named them. He said that this Supreme Court has been destroyed by 4 Chief Justices of India. It was not a sui generis comment at all. It was a particular comment to say that 4 Supreme Court Chief Justices are corrupt. It was a way to say that 4 Supreme Court Chief Justices have no integrity. It was a way to say that all the major judgments that have been put out by these 4 Chief Justices must be seen with a question mark. And for jurisprudence that acts on the basis of precedent, and for a court that is defined on the principle of integrity, that was not a hammer blow. It was the most scurrilous attack. And please don't tell me that personal aspersions cast not on 1, not on 2, not on 3, but 4 Supreme Court Chief Justices should be an opportunity for Latvians to test the largeness of its heart. In that case, please extend the same privilege in all high courts and Supreme Courts of the country. And look at the consequences. I rest my case, Mr. Vasudev. I rest my case at this point. I want your reaction. I just want to begin by saying our self-imposed, our collective curfew, our battle begins now. The real battle will begin when the mandatory rules go. We therefore must not break the chain. So I just want to begin by saying that do not break the chain, do not throng the streets, do not go out, do not break the rule, do not lessen your resolve. Whether or not the Janta curfew has been extended or not, stay home, stay home, stay home. Protect yourself, protect our community, and therefore we remember today that today was the start, because if today was a test of our resolve, then yes, we have been successful. If today was a test of whether India can come together when it counts and in difficult times stay together, then yes, we have made our point. But this is only the start. We have to dig in for the long haul, because this is going to be a difficult fight. And let me put it to you simply. Let me put it to you as transparently as I can this evening, 12 hours after I began broadcasting, 14 hours before we started broadcasting non-stop live this morning, that this national battle against the coronavirus will need many, 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 many more days and probably many more weeks of a lockdown. So what do we need to do? We need to follow every rule of a lockdown. No indiscipline will come without extracting a price in terms of a community spread. One person breaks the cycle of disciplined self-isolation, and the coronavirus chain will not be broken. What is this all about? Breaking the coronavirus chain. One family decides to, in the next few days, that flights are still on, not stopped, and we take a holiday, and the coronavirus will spread. And that will extract consequences in the world's second most populous nation. Those consequences will spare nobody. One personal adventure of breaking the lockdown means that you don't care Not for yourself, but for your family or your community or anyone else. It is as simple as that. Can we do it? Can we lock down? As cities, states, as a country, can we lock down? I'm asking you, viewers, for days and weeks on end, can we lock down? I think I hear a resounding yes, we can. Am I correct? Yes, we can. But this is not about resources which allow us to say yes, we can. It is not resources, it is resolve which will beat the coronavirus. So we must all now lead by example, lead with honesty, lead as a citizen. Let's do our bit. People are working, risking their lives in the emergency services. We must not, we cannot, and we must absolutely not let our guard down. The battle begins now. Announced a 21-day pan-India lockdown. No exceptions. No compromises. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of every Indian staying at home to defeat the coronavirus. 3 weeks of no chalta hai. 3 weeks of taking the bull by the horns so that we as a nation defeat corona. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of making this and only this your only job. Now some would say, and some would complain, and some would crib, and some would try to make noises right now and create dissent and say, no, this is too long a period. And these are the people we must tackle and take on now. Some people will crib that there is no economic package yet. But tonight, I am clear that this way, the way set by our Prime Minister, is the only way. And it is our only shot. Otherwise, we will have to pay a price that we do not have shoulders strong enough to wear the burden of. We will have to pay a price that will carry on so long that we won't have the stamina to run that far. This is the only way. And this is the only way because voluntary lockdowns, while helping, don't work completely. And this is the only way because we cannot have a half-hearted attitude anymore to defeat a virus as potent as the coronavirus. And my dear viewers, let's come together now because this is the only way. Because going at it at the jugular is our only single shot and our only hope of defeating this virus. So yes, the next 21 days will be tough. They will be trying. But when 1.3 billion lives are at stake, then no economic package, no frustrations, no situations, no little stumble, no possible obstacle, no fear, none of it matter. Let's do it. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the beautiful diyas in my studio. That is what we can do. We're electronically lighting up in our studio today. Viewers, I'm telling you, we are going to win this. We are going to battle this. We are going to be together. This network is going to be there with you every single moment. I'm telling you, remember this moment and let it stay in our minds today. This is symbolic of the unity that persists in our country. The Prime Minister asks you for a simple and powerful message, asks for unity, because I know this, that in every lane of this country and in every alley of this country, and I can say this in every apartment of this country, and every home in this country, and every family in this country, and every community in this country, there is a lamp, and there is a torch, and there is a light right now on their windows, on their balconies, and on their doors, without crossing the threshold of the lockdown. keep the discipline and understand and look at my Republic newsroom today. This is my Republic newsroom. Each one of our journalists, our producers, our newsroom has lit up with a lamp, and we are there with you, viewers. Every single moment we will be there with you, viewers. We will battle this together with you. Every lamp lit today in my newsroom and across the country will prove we are apart, but we are one. We are apart, but we are one. We are physically separated today, but we are one. And every torch that we light up tonight will prove to you tonight we are distant, but we are not divided. We have setbacks, but we will win this. Every mobile flashlight tonight will prove to you, yes, we are cooped up. Yes, we are cooped up in our homes, but our collective spirit is free, and our collective spirit cannot be contained. And therefore, I'm telling you today, viewers, this is the moment. Drown out the pessimism, strive towards victory. The lights you are seeing tonight will drown out the cantankerous noises of negativity and misinformation. It will show you that the biggest of nations may have succumbed in the COVID battle, but India will win. The story of victory when coronavirus is finally defeated. This is the newsroom on the right-hand side of Republic Bharat, our Hindi channel. And on the left-hand side, the newsroom of Republic TV. We are committed to you. The victory against COVID, the first chapter when the book is written of the victory against COVID will be the victory of India. The first line that will be written about how COVID was defeated, the first line, the first paragraph will be the historic victory of the Republic of India. It will show that despite all the naysayers, this great country persevered towards a common victory. And my dear viewers of Republic, as I show you these different pictures from across different parts of the country, there has been, and I'm being told right now, that across India, all of India has lit up. All of India, in a remarkable show of unity, is out there in their homes, in their balconies, without violating the lockdown. Look at the picture of Mumbai. Mumbai is lit up in a spectacular show of collective unity, which shows us that the walls between us are not hostile. The fights, the lights that we are seeing tonight are symbolizing a lot, and they are showing us that there may be walls on other occasions, but today there are no walls of hostility between us. These lights which are beaming far and wide and inspiring will have a domino effect. For each lamp lit together will light up in collective hope, in confidence, and in courage. And we will remember this moment many, many years from now, because this will show that in our darkest of times, in the darkest of hours, we still continued to shine bright. That in this darkest hour for this country, there will be light, and there is light. Every apartment block, every veranda, every lane is lit up tonight. And this shows you that when the odds seem stacked against us, the force of 1.3 billion people will power through. When the fight seems to be bleak, then people come out on their windows and on their homes. And this is one collective, gigantic show of faith in just one thing, and that is India. Chief Minister KCR out there, different pictures from different parts of the country, from Hyderabad, from Delhi, from Mumbai to Chennai to all the hotspots are all beginning to come in, and this collective prayer of the people of this country. We are going to forge the path ahead together with a sense of fortitude. Viewers, this is my pledge. This is the pledge, not just of Republic, it is the pledge of 1.3 billion people to win this battle against COVID. We will win this battle. And this battle will not be fought by blades, bombs, and daggers. This battle will be fought, mark my words tonight, with restraint. And this battle will be fought, and what a hard battle it's going to be, but aren't we ready for it? This battle will be fought with patience. This battle will be fought with commitment. And tonight, every one of you who's lighting a lamp, remember you are making a commitment. You are making a commitment tonight to each other, to your family members, to this country, to every person in this country. You are making a commitment tonight, and I am requesting you to stand together and say, yes, we've made that commitment. Our commitment is of 100%, giving our 100% to this lockdown. Lockdown, make it successful, viewers. Take a pledge today, viewers. Don't go out. Do not go out. Restrain yourself. Don't let the pessimism come in. Don't think a group of people came together, took up the numbers, and the numbers went up because of their irresponsibility or whatever, and hence there is no point in this fight. In fact, the fight becomes more strong right now. Remember today the day when you were out there making a noise. And remember the day today, 2 weeks later, when you're lighting a lamp. And what you are doing today is that you are saying that you are resolved. Are you not resolved, viewers? I wish we could have a gigantic megaphone and I could ask each one of you wherever you are tonight. Are you resolved? And I'm asking you, and I think I know what I'm hearing back. Raja Faisal, you have been having a tough time, but I just want to know why you don't give up. Because last week I showed you the pictures of the hammering that you got, and then there were all these Pakistani, what do you call them? What would be the appropriate word?
Pakistani lions. Tigers.
The Pakistani squirrels, like squirrels, they ran out of their bunkers and they started saying, and there were pictures there, the pictures we saw of the Pakistani squirrels is appropriate because they ran like squirrels and they ran away, and then we captured their pictures, we circled the pictures, we said, look here, the Pakistani squirrels were running away, and then they ran away. Then they kept running, and then we thought we were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then there were 15 Pakistani squirrels running away. Some were pointing at the sky, saying an Indian missile is coming. And the other Pakistani squirrel pulls one squirrel and says, listen, please run. You want to keep watching the missile till it lands on our bunker. See, this was reality.
Yeah, but things are very different.
And then I told myself that these Pakistanis would have learned a lesson then. But this morning in Nagrota, these are beautiful pictures, Raja. Just look at them. They are wonderful.
None other than
Raja, just look at the pictures, please. This is a beautiful explosion. Just look at the pictures, please. Raja, just look at the pictures, please. Don't disturb me. Look at the beautiful explosions. You know, we have a ban on crackers nowadays out here, but you gave us such a wonderful Diwali. You spent all your remaining money putting all the explosive into that truck. And look here, we blew it up. Now listen to it, viewers. Just listen to the sound. It gives you a thrill down your spine. Listen to this, viewers. Ambience up, please. 1. And then the blast. The sound of the blast, please. The people of the country want to hear the blast. They're seeing it tonight, viewers. Are you seeing these pictures, viewers? Excellent. We just blew it up. Blew it up. I want to ask you, yo, that's wonderful. Just watch that. Just watch that. Just watch that. Look how we blew it up. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Raja, just watch that. What did you get? How much money did you spend sending those explosives down? Raja is on the debate with General Bakshi, please. Raja. Raja, when are you sending the next consignment so we can have another round of Diwali? Raja.
First of all, whenever we send, it's never a failure. Right? And second thing is, whatever you're showing on your screen, it's similar to what they show on Bollywood movies. And it's nothing new to us. We have been seeing these kind of footages coming out from your side time and again, and there were rebuttals. And same is the case this time. We will tell you the same thing. That is just a staged kind of thing, whatever you've said, whatever you've done, whatever you're showing to your viewers. There's nothing new for us.
We have warned you twice. After Uri, we did the surgical strike. You were quiet for 3 months. Then you again started and you pushed it up to Pulwama. We struck you 80 kilometers inside your territory in Pakhtunkhwa with the airstrike at Balakot. Right? You kept quiet for a year. Then your friends, the Chinese, got worried that Pakistan has lost the nerve to carry on with the asymmetric war. and they came up on our eastern Ladakh front, hoping to give you some Dutch courage. Let me just finish. You would be losing out. You would be losing out on some sense. You would be losing out on some sense if you did not hear what I have to say. Please convey it to your army. Please convey it to your army. The Chinese have had it. They are wanting out. And now they want to push Pakistani soldiers as sacrificial lambs.
The truck that we blew up today.
I am trying to discuss the facts.
It seems that in Pakistan, you people have nothing to do but discuss Arnab and General Bakshi. You realize, man, we took 93,000 of your men और मुझे जेल में भेजने की आपकी इंटरेस्ट क्यों है? अरे मुंबई में जेल की रोटियां भी कराची की फीकी बिरयानी से बेटर होती हैं. समझ गए तुम? और मैं अगर जाऊंगा ना पाकिस्तान में, मैं जब पाकिस्तान में जाऊंगा, मैं तुम्हारे जनरल असेंबली के अंदर बैठ के तिरंगा ऊपर लहराएगा और मैं अंदर बिरयानी खाऊंगा. समझ गए ना? तो मुझे पाकिस्तान इतनी आसानी मत मार आने दो. लंका जल जाएगी जब मैं पाकिस्तान पहुंचूंगा. समझे तुम? Now I'll tell you, General Bakshi will respond to you. The debate is not on me. The debate is on the truck we burned this morning. You are changing the subject. General Bakshi.
Absolutely.
अरे रुक जाओ यार, लाल किला. रुक जाओ. General Bakshi.
We thought you were conducting.
Please, can we have Raja Faisal on the debate? Please, thank you. Hamid, I take you out now. Hamid, I take you. Raja Faisal was on the debate with General Bakshi last few minutes.
Listen to me, boy. Hamid, listen to me. Hamid, listen to me.
I'll be there.
Hamid, listen to me.
Yes, General Bakshi.
Listen to me. Thank
Be
you.
honest. That's it.
Hamid, I thought you had started conducting a very intelligent kind of a debate till you suddenly squivered towards the Lahore jail. Now let me tell you a few facts. It will cost you very dear it will cost Pakistan very dear if you ignore the clear warnings that have been given to you. One more mass casualty terror strike on the Indian side and you are in serious trouble. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
General Bakshi,
put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Give us a warning. General Bakshi, how can you give us a warning while you don't even tell the exact number of casualties of your soldiers to your public? We killed over 50 soldiers of yours in last 5 days.
Begged for mercy. General Bakshi, 1 minute. Gauravari is on the debate.
Battle
if we kill 50 people, you tell
are quite accurate. Boy.
General Bakshi sir, with your permission, sir. With your permission, sir.
Go on, Gaurav. Go on.
Okay. Hamid, listen to me.
Go on, Gaurav.
Hamid, listen to me. Hamid.
Hammer it, Gaurav.
Hamid.
And you are saying
Hamid, this is me. This is me. Now listen to me. एक तो हामिद का क्या घंटियां नहीं होता, घंटियां मंदिर की घंटियां. दूसरी चीज, you spoke about Khemkaran. You know Khemkaran sector, Asal Uttar was the place where Pakistani tanks graveyard is still there. It is called Patan Nagar, and there was an Indian soldier called Abdul Hamid of 4 grenadiers who hammered your army alone. Number 1. Number 2.
No.
वीर शहीद अब्दुल हमीद कभी कहानी पढ़ना. Abdul Hamid hammered the Pakistani army. The Patton tanks are still there, so don't talk about Khemkaran. You yourself don't know what you're talking about. Secondly, Mona Alam. I would like to address Mona Alam. Bhai, Mona Alam kept on saying
from the debate.
ANI is a great network. It's a very credible network. And then she's fighting with Smita Prakash.
Smita is on the debate.
She's fighting with Smita Prakash, who's the editor of ANI. These Pakistanis are totally confused.
The editor of ANI is on the program and she's quoting ANI. I can't believe what's going on.
Yeah, Mona Alam is saying ANI is a credible network, then she's fighting with Smita Prakash.
It's not a network, it's an agency. She doesn't know the difference between a network and an agency.
Yes, and then she's fighting with Smita Prakash. What is this nonsense?
Well, I mean, you got it all wrong. Smita, I mean, they're confused. Smita, they are confused. Please forgive them. They come unprepared on my program.
Yes, they are. Unfortunately, Exactly. The Pakistani experts claim to be geopolitical experts, but the fact is that they have no geopolitical facts in their fingertips, which they should, with all the degrees and the general and these kind of acronyms that they have before and after their names. They don't have the basic fact that today India, it's a fact that they don't have the intellectual depth. Every country on the world map wants to be India's friend. It is something that gets stuck in the Pakistani gullet. It's that dukhti rug of theirs. They cannot accept it. They have to swallow it. And firstly, Arnab, it really bothers me when a Pakistani comes on your channel and talks about Mumbai. How dare a Pakistani even use the word Mumbai after 26/11? This man may not have been born in 1971, but certainly General Bakshi was born before 1971. I was born before 1971. I know for a fact what happened in 1971. And this man, who comes from a cowardly country, talks about Mumbai and talks about a journalist being hit and beaten up in a cell. That is what they do to journalists in their country, not in our